and I think we're live. So I did a stream yesterday, and as some of you have already pointed out, it was taken down. I used some clips from a Viacom section with was Jordan Klepper, fingering the pulse. It's a great little show that he's got, and he had some interactions with Trump supporters, and I wanted to bring that out. And I did some commentary over it, so I'm gonna see if maybe it can go under fair use, and maybe they'll let me put it back up. But if not, no big deal. I'm gonna keep doing this. It's fun. Gives me something to do. Keeps my mind off of any other problems. So I might as well just let's talk about our own problems together. What we as a community have to deal with. So, anyways, the topic here is going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene. So, I'm sure people that are savvy and politicos like me have heard that she has been outed as someone with advanced knowledge of what January 6th was. Not even, actually, not just that. She has kind of pushed, like, hey, something's coming. Steve Bannon has been accused of the same thing as well. So, obviously, Marjorie Taylor Greene needs to be subpoenaed. Frankly, she's a traitor. It's so funny because she calls everybody else traitors. The right in this political environment is nothing but projection, nothing but projection. So they're calling the other folks obviously as anti-government while they're the ones that were fighting the government. That type of thing. So yes, let's take a look with what came out of Steve Bannon here, and what he had to say.
Cast the day before the riot.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. Just understand this. All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen. Okay? It's going to be quite extraordinarily different. And all I can say is strap in.
Strap in.
And yet only 9 House Republicans.
So, obviously, the inference that I get out of that is it wasn't just a regular rally. Strap in. This is going to be unlike anything you've ever seen, which did prove to be true. It does sound like there was some planning going into this. So it's going to be something that to watch. I know that he is now, he's been subpoenaed. He ignored Congress. Normally, if you were going to, exercise what he's trying to exercise, which was, I guess, executive privilege, that his speech was protected because it was with the president, which is not true. That's only if he was part of the government they could have that. So normally you'd have to go into the Congress and then make your state your case on why or at least show there that you're exercising it. But you go when you're summoned by the federal government for an investigation. You go, and he didn't even show up. So I'm so glad to see that, and I'm disappointed, but I'm glad to see that 9 Republicans did jump over to reality and are pushing to have him. They held him in contempt of Congress, which is great. Now, granted, this is something contempt of Congress. It's not. You don't see very many criminal charges associated with that. I would think you don't see many seditious assaults and attacks on our own government by our own government. So this shouldn't, just the fact that there are not very many historical references where people that have been accused or charged with contempt of Congress had to face any criminal ramifications. So I'm hoping that he will have to deal with that. But anyways, I want to show you a little bit more about Marjorie Taylor Greene and how she's been responding to questions about her activities. So this is going to be Jim Acosta, which, he's with CNN. So projection. CNN actually covers news, and if they get something wrong, they make a correction, and it's not something where they're purposely trying to mislead people. Whereas Fox News is Fox is a propaganda arm for the Republican National Committee. They work together. If you ever watch the press conferences with Jen Psaki, you watch Peter Ducey, nepotism son of course, Fox and Friends host. Always challenging to always challenging Jen to make it look like our government that Biden's bad or her plans are bad, and she's fantastic. She just owns him every time. Love Jen Psaki. And it's funny to see how a government that was working under Trump with their press secretaries, which was basically just a platform of someone lying, to an actual functioning one that is accountable and will take questions. Remember, even though Fox News is fake news by definition, Jen Psaki's never called him that. Where Donald Trump has insulted women who were asking questions, spoke down to them, called people fake news. He's just a little kid. He's an immature brat that the right wing worships. So, anyways, let's go see how Marjorie Taylor Greene responds to Jim Acosta.
About that confrontation with Congresswoman Cheney, why did that happen?
Okay, I'm going to pause it real quick. So to set this up, after they voted to hold Steve Bannon in contempt of Congress, I believe this is about. I think this is where he's asking her how come she did not vote to hold him in contempt of Congress. How come she's letting that slide? So I believe that's what this is. Let's see.
She's a traitor.
She's a traitor.
Yeah.
Calling Cheney a
that?
traitor for voting
Pretty easy.
to hold Steve Bannon in contempt.
We then caught up with Green.
It's crazy. Now, we're going to see one more time where he actually does get a moment with her, and she's not running away like she was before. She's actually taking questions. Of course, she's going to be confrontational with him, talking about CNN being biased or something along those lines. But he does ask her here on why she should protect Steve Bannon. I think this is also very important.
The rationale behind my vote is I'm not self-absorbed like the rest of these jerks here in Congress. They're all ignoring inflation. People can hardly buy food. Gas
Why
has
call
gone
them
up.
jerks if you don't
Gas
mind
is
it?
because they're self-absorbed. All they care about is Congress. They don't care about the American people that
There
pay
was
all
an
the
attack
taxes.
on-
All you want to talk about is your Trump derangement syndrome.
There we go.
And all you want to talk about is
Why
January
are you
6th where there's a
protecting
riot
Steve
here.
Bannon? Why protect Steve Bannon?
Because I care about American people.
Yeah, so she cares about American people. No, she cares about white American people. She cares about right-wing American people. She doesn't care about American people. I live on the coast. I guess I'm a coastal liberal elitist. I live out here on the coast. I like it. I have a very diverse group of people that I interact with on the regular. So we're not real America. As a matter of fact, I think even one of their fake news channels, One American News, and I thought there was a new one that came out called The Real America, and it's crazy, just crazy. But anyways, I put those out there. I think we need to look a little bit more about what's going to be happening with Marjorie Taylor Greene and the comments she said when she was before the riots. The comments she said before the riots. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Anytime I Google her, you get some horrible stuff. I mean, she's just everything is from her. It's just I shake my head. So let me mute this so you don't have to hear the clips, the clicks on my keypad. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I think I've found it. So let me go over here. Scott Dorkin. So on his Twitter. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this full screen. You guys should see this and not see me anymore. I said Nazi. Speaking of Nazi, me and Nazi Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's so funny. Anyways, he brought this out, which has been going on the rounds. I mean, you've got other Twitter folks putting it up, throwing it. It's getting to become viral, which we want it to. So she is going to have some questions to be answered. So here, this is her in her little setup for the Capitol riot. Now remember, this is before January 6th.
Just finished with our meetings here at the White House this afternoon. We had a great planning session for our January 6th objection.
Planning with at the White House.
We aren't going to let this election be stolen by Joe Biden and the Democrats. President Trump won by a landslide. Call your House reps, call your senators from your states. We've got to make sure they're on board, and we already have a lot of people engaged. Okay, stay tuned.
Okay. So that has 3.9 million views. That was from Scott Dorkin's Twitter account. Notice she says she just came out of the White House with a planning meeting, and they were going to prevent the country from being taken over by the Democrats. Hey, she needs a subpoena. Frankly, she should be arrested. This woman is an embarrassment to the entire country. I feel bad for those who have voted her in. Granted, she's from a very gerrymandered state or setup for her district. So if they vote her in again, I don't feel bad for them. They've got this clown, this traitor, projecting and just fomenting hate. She's terrible. She needs to go. But more important than that, she could be a criminal. So anyways, that's my little one for today. Hopefully it won't get taken down. I try to be a little more careful about the amount of time that I used on these clips so I won't get a copyright strike, but we'll see. All right, thanks for watching.